स्वस्ति श्री गणेशाय नमः। साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम्। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःख भाग् भवेत्। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Om Shri Sai Ram. Good evening. Welcome all of you to day 28 of the Atma Chalisa Parayanam. It's my mother's birthday and she's somewhere there blessing all of us and remembering her very fondly today. So yesterday on day 27, we spoke about the idea of removing the mind by using the mind and removing the form of a guru by using a guru so that we get attached to the and connected to the formless guru, the Guru Deva, the eternal being that is always present. And that does not mean that when we get connected to the universal guru, the omnipresent, omniscient one, it doesn't mean that our connection with the physical guru ceases or that we will not be able to access the physical guru. What it means is that the guru is ever present with us all the time in our hearts and is always guiding us. And therefore, there is no running after the physical form of a guru, seeking advice and answers and trying to find answers of your problems. One will always eternally remain grateful to all the gurus and masters and teachers who have come in our life, because of whom, as we discussed, we are here present today. Each one of them has contributed significantly in our current experience, in our current state of consciousness, our current state of experiencing this consciousness. So We are and we shall always remain grateful. And there are no words of gratitude enough to pay our respects and gratitude to all the masters who have been guiding us in our life. And when we are doing this final journey now of experiencing and realizing the presence of that Guru within us, that Guru which will forever remove the darkness of ignorance from our life, that Guru which will bring the knowledge of wisdom, which gives us the experience of our divine nature, which gives us the experience of our selflessness, which brings in us the experience of this love that flows. That experience by itself then guides and takes over. And whenever we happen to be in the presence of the Guru in a physical form, our love, our devotion, and our feelings of gratitude shall always remain. The only thing that changes is the hankering and always running behind a physical form. And for that reason, the Guru detaches himself or herself, because only through detachment can the experience become permanent. Because when we always have this feeling that the Guru is available, we tend to always take the shortcut and run outside, and we never fully believe the guidance that we are getting from within. And therefore, for a while, the detachment has to be complete. It's like the same withdrawal. It's the same example of the hospital that I've always given you, that when we are unwell, we need to go to a hospital for a while. When we are attached, we need to be detached for a while. And once we are detached and once we experience it, then you will never be troubled with this phrase of attachment or detachment, because you'd be attached only to your own self, to your higher consciousness. There'll be no question of getting attached to anyone. You will love everybody. People ask me, how is this possible? How is it possible to love everybody without attachment? It is. It's actually so simple to love everyone, and love with selflessness, that you're caring for everyone. Even whether we are attached and we are talking on a call, we are seeing each other or not, we are present always. We are connected with each other always. And we do what we need to do without ever making the other person feel for it. There is no reason to tell anybody. A mother never tells a child how much the mother does for a child. Similarly, a Guru never tells what all it does for the persons that the Guru loves. And it's just that the form becomes formless, which is the truth we have come to experience. And that's the only reason, out of the highest compassion, out of great love for his devotees, for his disciples, this act of sacrifice is made by the Guru. Because the Guru knows that as long as the Guru's physical persona is accessible, the student shall never get detached and therefore shall never experience the presence of the Guru within. So out of that compassion and love, the Guru does this great sacrifice. So if we understand it fully, and once we experience it, once we experience what we have come here to experience, then this question just disappears. And actually your love for your Guru goes up 100 times over, because you understand that without the strictness of the Guru, without the sacrifice of the Guru, this experience wouldn't have been possible. So with so much of gratitude in our hearts that we'll always have for our Guru and Gurus who have significantly contributed to our present experience, our present level of consciousness, we move on to the subject of today. And so today I want to carry on from there of the theme that we have been building now. And it's about saying yes to life. Now, what do I mean by saying yes to life? Remember, we've laid the ground now and everybody's understood that life is just a game. And if we see it as a game, because it is stakeless, because whatever stakes we think we have made in this life are temporary and they are going to be snatched away from us. They are not going to remain with us. So none of our possessions, none of our relations and relatives and, all that we think is so dear to us. When it's not ours and it shall never be with us, then, and we can't take it back home. And when we understand the idea of what home is not, this building where we all are living in. Home is where we are. And who are we? We are that eternal consciousness. So whenever I am connected with my own consciousness, when I'm experiencing this sense of deep peace and contentment, when nothing else matters in this world, that is when I'm at home. And this feeling of being at home has nothing to do with the physical space, though we would believe it to be, because we keep saying there is nothing like home. I want to go home, because we are feeling restless when we go somewhere else. We go to somebody's place, we go out of town, we are traveling, we feel restless. But the day you feel at home everywhere is the day when you are completely connected to your one consciousness. And this idea that there are no stakes and there are no attachments and there is no heaviness unnecessarily that we have been carrying with us all through, once that shatters and once that crumbles, there is this lightness that I have been talking about, and I hope some of you are already beginning to experience it. Those who are willing to let go, who have been able to surrender, must be already experiencing this lightness of the spirit. And once that lightness comes, life becomes a great adventure. And we start looking forward to life rather than dreading life. We start looking for what's going to happen next with great anticipation, because now we are ready for life. Now we understand it's a game. And in this game, we are going to become more and more skillful, because now we've understood that there is nothing to get disturbed about. There is actually nothing to be done. Whatever the consciousness as a teacher is going to keep bringing in front of us as situations and events, we have to skillfully, like a good player of soccer or cricket or basketball or whatever game that you like to watch, like a good player, we have to play that well, right? And because we are already feeling light and because we are contented, we start to become very skilled at it, because now you're not playing for any result. You are playing because you must play. You have no other choice. You're not running away scared, and you're not hiding in your homes and saying, oh my God, I don't want to go out, something might happen. But you are saying, come life, let's play the ball. You throw and I am ready. Okay? And so we get into that state where we are ever ready. It's like a sprinter who's on your marks, get set. It's on a get set, just waiting for the go. Because instead of, always reacting to life, and instead of always, hiding from life, and, we are now anticipating life. We are waiting for it. We are seeing with great enthusiasm what life is going to now throw at me, what life is going to offer to me, what life is now going to show to me. It's a great show. It's a great show that these senses are able to perceive, and we are being shown things. We are being given experiences which we have realized every experience comes as a teacher, so that we can adapt, grow and evolve. And we've understood that. And if there is no heaviness, actually it brings in a sense of great joy, right? Like we are saying, oh, today, 28th day, let's see what's going to come, right? Come, let's say yes. Let's say yes to life always. We are ready. Whatever you have, whatever is coming, I am in full acceptance of it and I'm ready for it, right? And suddenly, just by flipping it around, because you remember what's got to happen's got to happen, right? It is coming, whether we like it or not. But how we are now going to play it, how we are going to deal with it will completely change the course of all future events in our lives, right? Are we waiting in dread for something to happen and say, oh my God, I hope this doesn't happen, and then it happens? Or we are going to say, come, let's see. Okay, come on, bring it on. Let me see what it is, right? I'm ready. And, it becomes beautiful. I can't tell you, it's how beautifully you will start feeling, because suddenly your outlook, your attitude towards life has radically shifted, right? Nothing else has shifted. Neither your home has shifted, nor the the way you look has shifted, nor the type of clothes you wear has shifted, nor, the type of food that you're eating has shifted, right? Nor what you will have to do has shifted, right? The only thing that has shifted is something inside of us, because we are now in a completely different frame of beingness, frame of existence, not frame of mind, where we are looking forward to life. We are saying yes to life, and we are saying yes everything that is coming to our life, and the word no just completely goes away. And you say, okay, if this is what has to be done, sure, I will do it. Okay, let me see how I can do it, right? And you will see the minute that consciousness shifts to that, everything will start shifting for you, because you are no longer hiding from life. You are now meeting life head on, okay? And as you meet life head on, life is immensely pleased with you. Life is extremely happy with you, because life has understood, or the consciousness has understood, that you have learned greatest trick of life. You've learned greatest tool to successfully negotiate with what life has to throw at you. You've become that skilled player who exactly knows what you need, what it needs to do in a given situation. And that confidence that you get coming from your connection to the Guru inside, or connection to your consciousness, and you never feel alone. You never feel scared. You don't have any fear left in your heart. And you know that there is nothing in this world that you cannot do, because you just feel so light. You just feel so present, feel so wonderful in now engaging with life. And that is the time when we re-engage back. Because remember, this was a systematic withdrawal or an isolation for a while, so that we could experience the depth of our consciousness. We could experience the truth of our being. We could experience that, yes, we are an embodiment of love and light. And that shift starts to come. We start shifting. We start moving. Something moves inside of us. And suddenly that movement becomes almost like a dance, because it's giving us joy. Remember, what is joy? What is a dance? What's the difference between walking and dancing? Walking is boring. Dancing is joyous. Yeah. So that's the difference between it. The movement becomes full of joy. That joy that we are seeking. And that's the joy I hope right now you're receiving in your heart. It's not about the words. It's about what the energy is conveying to each one of you. And that's the beauty. Something is done by the body, something is done by the words, and something is done by the energy. All three come together, and we get to a very beautiful space. And this space cannot be understood by the mind. The mind is unable to understand all this. The heart is experiencing it. There is something happening. There is something which has not happened before. And that something starts to shift everything for us. And therefore, the experience is essential, because the process of shift has begun. So if in this moment, each one of us, because of the understanding and the experience we've got in the past 27 days, if we have shifted enough that we can say yes to life, because we know life will continue to create circumstances around us, as it must, because of our past actions. So, right? So we cannot run away from it. It's going to happen. But how we are going to approach it, how we are going to approach life from this instant onwards, can completely shift what life has to give to us. And so instead of a receiver, we become a contributor. We start to contribute back to life and to the people around us. Because for us, something has radically shifted and changed. That something cannot be defined. That something cannot be named. That something is only being experienced right now in the heart. And that's what this is all about. So with that, I'd like to close the session for today. I want to thank all of you for being here, for being present, and it's because of you that such a beautiful dance is beginning to happen. And I look forward to hearing from you all of your experiences and your sharing, as it's becoming deeper and deeper every day. And that gives me a sense of great satisfaction that what we started to do and what we took upon ourselves with the grace of our Master and the consciousness is beginning to show what this journey is all about. So love you all. Sai Ram. Samast Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samast Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samast Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.